Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are not celebrating the satanic Halloween, which is today. I think it's today. That's not something that I am a big fan of, but you know, some people believe in this, that this is a good celebration. Very, very creepy energy, a lot of sacrifices on this day to those demonic creatures that are still among us. So guys, in today's video, I will be showing you some also creepy behavior that is hard to understand unless there is a bigger plan behind it to maybe switch some roles, put someone in the higher position. And what I'm talking about is, I'm returning to this topic again because it's creepy as F. And I want to show you what I came across. Maybe some of you have already as well. I'm going to show you Erika Kirk, and I'm going to show you the Vice President J.D. Vance. Boy, oh boy, what a story. As well as we're going to go into the number of layoffs in the United States, but this is going to affect also some other countries that are having those corporations in them as well. And we will definitely continue on the topic of the Jewish influence, or Zionist, I should say. I should be precise. Zionist influence, and AIPAC as well, or AIPAC, however you want to pronounce it. So before we start, as always, thank you so much for your donations. Thank you to Sylvia, who donated yesterday on my PayPal. Very, very grateful. So let's jump straight into it. Here is the first video with very creepy Erika Kirk.
No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he understands the fight that we're up against. And he can articulate that in a way that transcends. He's an amazing man. No.
So very interesting. I'm gonna play more of this for you. She's getting more and more creepy. And when I am looking at J.D. Vance and all this situation going on in this administration lately, I am getting like, really, what the heck is going on, guys? What are they doing? What are they doing? Because none of this is making any sense anymore to me. So let's look at this clip. Someone put it together, and then we go to J.D. Vance answering a question from a young man from the audience, from the Turning Point USA. It was a meeting in event in Mississippi. But before we go to that, let's play this video. This young lady put it together.
Holy shit, they are trying to replace Usha Vance with Erika Kirk, because Erika Kirk and J.D. Vance is their Christian nationalist wet dream. And you won't convince me otherwise. What is this? What is this body language? When did we start putting our hands up in the hair of our friends when we hug? Yeah, no, you don't. This is weird. Oh, and then there's this one. JD, why are your hands so low? There's no reason for them to be on her hips, but there they are. But if that's not enough, here is her introducing him at Turning Point.
I am tremendously blessed and honored tonight to be able to introduce to you a very, very dear friend and his wife. They are incredible. And I see No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do.
And if you're not convinced yet that they're trying to replace her with Erika Kirk, this is him when asked by a student about him and his wife's difference in like their religious beliefs, and he ends it with this.
Do I hope eventually that she is somehow moved by the same thing that I was moved in by church? Yeah, I honestly do wish that, because I believe in the Christian gospel, and I hope eventually my wife comes to see it the same way.
He wants her to fall in line. He wants her to be a Christian nationalist just like him. And if
Okay, so why I show this to you is about the body language. What she's commenting on the Christian this or that, that's a different story. It's not the point for me to present this video for you as far as that. However, this is getting creepier and creepier. And I am telling you, a while back, I was saying that they probably have been grooming her to become the next vice president, and this is the plan. But in order for that, there has to be some changes, right? In people's lives or lives at all in general. So guys, let's go to this Q&A. It's an interesting one. Here you have JD Vance answering the question, and then we're gonna jump on a train with the Israel topic.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm a Christian man, and I'm just confused why that there's this notion that we might have owe Israel something, or that they're our greatest ally, or that we have to support this multi-hundred-billion-dollar foreign aid package to Israel to cover this, to quote Charlie Kirk, ethnic cleansing in Gaza. I'm just confused why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Yeah, so let's say a few things about this. First of all, when the President of the United States says America first, that means that he pursues the interests of Americans first. That is our entire foreign policy. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to have alliances, that you're not going to work with other countries from time to time. And that is what the president believes, is that Israel, sometimes they have similar interests to the United States and we're going to work with them in that case. Sometimes they don't have similar interests to the United States. And this example, the most recent Gaza peace plan that all of us have been working on very hard for the past few weeks, the president of the United States could only get that peace deal done by actually being willing to apply leverage to the state of Israel. So when people say that Israel is somehow manipulating or controlling the president of the United States, they're not controlling this president of the United States, which is one of the reasons why we'd be able to have some of the success that we've had in the Middle East. Now, you ask about, sort of Jews disagreeing with Christians on certain religious ideas. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the realities is that Jews do not believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah. Obviously, Christians do believe that. There are some significant theological disagreements between Christians and Jews. My attitude is, let's have those conversations. Let's have those disagreements when we have them. But if there are shared areas of interest, we ought to be willing to do that too. For example, one thing I really, really care about is the preservation of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Christians believe that that is the site where Jesus Christ was crucified, and also that his tomb is right there as well. My attitude is, if we can work with our friends in Israel to make sure that Christians have safe access to that site, that's an obvious area of common interest. I'm fine with that. What I'm not okay with is any country coming before the interests of American citizens, and it is important for all of us, assuming we're American citizens, to put the interest of our own country first. That's what we're going to do. That's what we try to do every single day, I promise you.
An old hoodie.
Okay, so that was JD Vance. Now let's go to America. what's going on. So here we have, let me find it, everyone. Here we have the recent layoffs announcements from major companies. I'm just gonna scroll through those. Meta, 600 employees. Kruger, 1,000. Applied Materials, 1,444. How precise? Target, 1,800 people will lose their job. Paramount, 2,000 employees. Salesforce, 4,000. PwC, 5,600 employees. Microsoft, 7,000. Novo Nordisk, 9,000. Ford, 11,000 employees. Accenture, I'm not familiar with this company, 11,000. Nestle, 16,000 employees. Intel, 24,000. Amazon, 30,000 employees. And UPS, 48,000. So, on that note, I want to show you who's gonna replace them. We, I think, know already who's gonna replace them. Not gonna play the music, but here is, if this is accurate, Amazon deployed over 750,000 robots, replaced over 100,000 humans. So I'm not sure if this picture down below here with the employees of Amazon is showing that they are devastated after they lost the job, after they have been layout, or if it's real or not, but that's what's gonna happen. A lot of jobs people will lose. So how many families will be affected by it? You can only count. Now, since J.D. Vance said there is no influence, right? Let's go back to Richard Nixon, right? I think it was his name, Richard Nixon, the president of the United States, and he was the one actually during his presidency that dollar was removed from the gold standard. So let me play it for you guys. I will mute myself now.
I want to make something perfectly clear. I do not like AIPAC. I don't like it because it tries to tell the President of the United States what to do. And I will never forget. I want to make something perfectly clear.
Initially, I resented the fact that there was no appreciation for nuance. Like if you asked any questions about any decision of the Israeli government in any place regarding settlements, regarding Gaza, whatever, you were like, you had deviated from the script. And I just, in any policy area, I had resentment over that. And then I saw the way the AIPAC worked, and that was weird for like a country lawyer like me. I remember my first AIPAC reception, and like your fundraiser tells you have to go, and your chief of staff tells you have to go, your committee chairman all tell you have to go, and you get there and you wear this name badge, and I remember there's a QR code on it, and what we were supposed to do was go talk to donors, and then if they liked you, they scanned your QR code to make a donation, like on the spot. And so can you just imagine how demoralizing that is to like be told that your job for the next several hours to go chat people up, hoping they would scan you like a can of tomato soup on the way out of the meeting.
I mean, it's like literally purchasing.
Right. And so I saw that and I was like, wow, that is so freaking weird. And then, I was in Israel. I went multiple times, and I did not like the fact that I found someone in my room rooting around in my stuff that should not have been there at the King David Hotel when I came back to my room when no one was expecting me to be back in my room. And I just
presumably Israeli law enforcement.
I don't know who it was. I just thought, like, this is weird. All of these things combined are odd, and then the policy outgrowth seems to be an obsession about the Middle East that has not served my generation well. I just don't. Initially, I resented the fact
Interesting, huh? So now I want to play 3 more videos for you, but this is from the archives. Many of you remember when Zelensky was using you know what to play the piano with that. But I just realized, and I'm going to play very, very briefly that video, him playing the piano, of course not using, but suggesting, insinuating that he's doing that with that. The music. So what he was playing to, what kind of music? We should not be surprised. Oh my goodness, guys. I literally just realized that that was the music. You remember when I was showing you President of Argentina, Javier Milei, singing that during his book promotion concert on stage. So Zelensky was using, you know what? Playing that too. This is just crazy. So now I want to show you something very, very creepy, but they are literally just presenting the evil in the most obvious way it can be presented to humans. This is from Egypt, from a concert in Egypt. So it's just in a plain sight, and if people don't see what's going on, what kind of battle it is, then I really don't know. So let me show you. It's warning, very creepy stuff. So someone wrote in the comments or title of this video that they are preparing for his arrival. You know who? I mean, cannot be more obvious, right? So when we're witnessing all those moves around the world, I've realized lately that paying attention too much to every military move or to every news out there, it's almost a distraction because they want us to focus into so many directions that at the end of the day, they are really not that significant, I think. The most significant is the big picture that people are not looking at. What is really at stake here, right? What is at stake here? So I'm coming to this realization that we have to be really, really selective with what really holds the most importance in a big picture, because there is always something happening and you come to the point of becoming addicted to the news, and it's very draining for your energy, right? So I just want to tell you this, guys, take care of yourself, really take care of yourself, because that is the most important, your mental health, your physical health, your energy, and try to simplify your life in the most helpful way, but also, if you can, try to find things that bring you joy and beauty in your life, because that is very good for your soul and your spirit. I can only speak for myself, but that's all I have for you today, everyone. I will attach the links down below in the description box. As far as Halloween goes, I think Erika, Kirk, and JD Vance, the most creepy situation, perfect couple for the Halloween. So thank you so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you appreciate the content. Leave the comments down below and let me know what you think. And if you choose to support my work, the links are also down below this video. Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity, and I see you in another one already in November. Bye, everyone.